Do you want to fix your hair in the middle of summer when it's humid out? Do you want to add more product and more styling methods? Or would you rather something quick and easy for the summer? My name is Stacy. I'm the creator of the Frizz Girls. I teach curl confidence to girls and women who want to learn how to take care and love their natural hair texture. And I'm going to show you a couple ways that you can take care of your hair this summer without actually doing a whole refresh and adding products. So as you can see, my hair looks a little wonky today. I just pulled it down so I can show you some ideas of what you can do. So with your hair, there's a couple ways that you can style it in the summer, especially if it's smoking humid, whether you're on vacation, whether you're going to work, or whether you're just hanging out or going out. So there's a little soft headband. You can do a headband. So I'm just gonna stick it over my head, flip my hair back, and then I'm just gonna take it and get my ears out of the way, push it back, and then fix my wonky pieces. Now you can wear it just like this. You can add a little water and refresh it if you want. You can actually, if you wanted to, you could actually take a scrunchie. I'm gonna take the Frizz Girl scrunchie, which is satin, and you could just actually, and I'll show you here in a minute, tie it up in a low pony and do something like that for summer. Nothing fancy, nothing major. This is a great hairstyle that you can wear if you're going to the beach and you just don't want your hair in the way. I'm just gonna pull it down. You can always pull it back and kind of bump it out so you have a little bit of height in your hair. And then if you have hair that's a little wacky like this, as you can see, this is my bangs, you can either tuck them in, just tuck it in, and then pull your hair out and go. Super easy, super simple. You can just use a regular hair headband if you want. I like this because it's nice and soft. I'm just gonna pop it out. Another thing you can do is do a bun. I love to do buns, especially when I'm going to the gym. And this is one of the Frizz Girl scrunchies. This is our heart scrunchie. It's satin. I'm gonna show you how I do my buns. I'm gonna lower the camera so you can see me because I'm gonna flip upside down. So just take your scrunchie and kind of have it ready to put around your hair. I'm gonna flip my head upside down. I'm gonna gather my hair into a ponytail at the top of my head, okay? I'm going to wrap the scrunchie once, and then once it's wrapped, I'm going to wrap it again a second time, and then I'm gonna pull through just like this. Let me raise the camera. There we go. And then I'm just gonna let my hair go like this, and some of it'll come out. If you don't like the way this looks when it comes out, you can use something as simple as bobby pins. I have a ton of bobby pins, as you can see here. I'm just gonna pull a bobby pin out. So if you don't like the hair where it's flopping or looks weird, just take a bobby pin and just pin your hair back. Because I have a little bit of this craziness right here. Now, if you've got curly hair, it's actually a little bit easier because your curls will kind of hide everything as opposed to wavy hair, but it's not always the case. Let me see if I can get some more bobby pins off of here. Another bobby pin. And then anywhere where the hair is, I'm just going to pin it like this. And then you can't tell. And then if I'm really crazy and I really don't want this crazy piece, I can bobby pin this, but I'm not gonna bobby pin it. And then the back kind of looks like this. Nothing fancy. This is a great style that I love to wear to the gym. Sometimes I'll wear it out to the pool or the beach, and I'll put a hat because it is soft. It'll just squash it. I don't care, and I can just re-put it up again. So you could just do a bun like that. Let me pull these bobby pins out of my hair. And then just gently pull the scrunchie right out, okay? Now, another thing you can do is you can do space buns. I wouldn't necessarily recommend space buns for the office. Space buns would be good for like the beach or you're going on vacation. You don't want to do your hair. Just part your hair wherever you can part your hair. I'm just using a rat tail comb. And as you can see, I'm not even using any water or product to do this. You do not have to use water or product. If you feel like you need to use water product, go ahead. But if you're like, I don't feel like dealing with it, don't even worry about it. Now I'm just going to take half of this and I'm going to clip it, because as you can see I have long hair and it's in the way. So I'm just going to take the rest of my hair and gather it up into a high pony. I have these little soft scrunchies that I got from ordering stuff online. I'm just going to give it a 1, 2. You can use rubber bands if you like. I like the goodies, the really small ones about this big that are black. Those are really good, but if you have thicker hair, you might want a bigger rubber band. My hair's thin, so I don't really need a thick one. Now I'm just going to wrap it around, and then I am going to just, now you could go out with a pigtail and we could do the other side, but I'm just going to wrap it. And I normally do them 2 space buns because I think it looks too young for me, but that's okay. But if you want to do space buns, just take it and see how I have my finger here on my hair. I'm going to wrap it around till I make like a little bun, just like that. Okay, to close it and to keep it from flying open, bobby pin. I'm not worried about that. That's what bobby pins are for. And I'm just going to put a little bobby pin in there and shove it in there. And then I will take this other one and I'm just going to bobby pin it in. Now I can leave it as is, or I can just take the First Girl scrunchie and pop a scrunchie on. I'll go ahead and do the other side so you can see what it looks like with 2 space buns. I normally do not wear space buns in my hair. I just think it makes me look even more younger than I already look, which I appreciate looking young, but I just don't feel like it's a hairstyle for me. But this is a great option if you want to look young and you don't want to deal with your hair all summer. Or if you're going out to like the beach or somewhere and you're just like, I don't feel like dealing with it, just put them in some space buns. Scrunchie. Again, if you don't have these small scrunchies, you can get small. They make these like terry cloth small. They're not really called rubber bands because they're not made out of rubber. But I know they make small terry cloth hair bands about that big, okay? And they come in different colors. You can probably find them on Amazon or even Temu, okay? You can use those, the Goody hair rubber bands, the small skinny ones. If you have thin hair, if you have thicker hair, then you'll probably want like the thicker ones, okay? See, there's another pigtail. So now I'm just gonna wrap it around, and as you can see, I have my finger in there to wrap around my finger. So I'm just gonna wrap around, wrap it around. Now, I do know that they make those little donuts that you would use for like your daughters and granddaughters. If you're gonna they do ballet for buns. You can always use those if you have thick enough hair. If you don't, I know my hair is not thick enough. It's long enough, but not thick enough. See that? I'm just going to bobby pin the craziness in. Just like that. I don't care about that. You know why? Because I have the scrunchie, and I can just take the scrunchie and plop it in and then tuck it in. As you can see, I'm not great at space buns because I don't wear them in my hair. I usually just do a bun. All right, so you could do space buns. You get the idea. I'll turn around. Now, I will tell you it's not perfect because I don't do this style very often at all. So don't judge the imperfections. But this will just give you an idea of what you can do for your hair in the summer. So here's the back. I know it's crazy messy, and I have long, thin, wavy hair. And I have some layers in my hair, so they do stick out. If you have curly hair, this is a really great style to do with curly hair. And you can always use these types of clips with curly hair. these little claw clips, these little mini claw clips. For some reason, they're like really hard to open. I don't know why. All right, so now I'm gonna take my hair down. And then I've got bobby pins everywhere, so I'm just gonna pop them out. I think that's good. I know I have another bobby pin in here somewhere. I can feel it. Just find the direction that you put them in. Sometimes I know what direction I put them in and sometimes I don't. And just slide them out. Just like that. And then I'm just going to pull my hair out of these scrunchies. Unwind. And then just go ahead and gently take your hair out. Ha, voila. Now, there's a couple other styles that you can do. I think I have a bobby pin in here. Yes, I do. And just make sure you get all the bobby pins out of your hair. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a clip with, and when you clip your hair up, you can either use one of these type of clips and these, okay? It doesn't matter. This I know came in a 3-pack that I got at Dollar Tree for like $1 something, probably $1 before they raised prices. This one, I don't remember where I got this from. I don't know if it was Target or Walmart, I don't know, but this is what it looks like, and I have the smaller version right here, okay? So you can just take your hair, and as you can see, I'm not using any water, I'm not using any product. I'm just gonna grab it, and then you can just take a clip, and then you can push it forward if you want a little bit, clip it, and then you can either let your hair go, or if you want, sometimes if I wear my hair pulled back like this, sometimes if I want more waves and curls to form in my hair, I will add water, and then I will usually just do a pixie diffuse and cup my hair and use the hair dryer to make my waves more pronounced. Sometimes I might add water and gel or water and mousse if I want to. If I don't want to do anything, because I really don't care, I'm just gonna leave it down, and then I'm gonna turn around so you can see the back of my head. So, and this is what it would look like on my hair, but it's gonna look different on your hair texture depending on your hair density, how much thickness you have, if you're wavy or curly. Okay, so now I'm just gonna pop that out, fluff out my hair. Now you could do like the 90s look. Okay, now with this 90s look, these clips are probably just a little bit big, so you can find teeny tiny ones if you want to do teeny tiny ones, but because this is all I have, I'll show you. So the little 90s look is where you just take a section of hair and just, you can twist it and clip it, twist it. And again, you can do this on wet or dry hair. It's really up to you. Clip it. Now you don't have to put it this far back. You can actually bring it a lot closer if you choose to. I'm gonna take this section here, twist it. I swear these clips are such a pain to open. Clip it. Now these clips for this style don't necessarily work great on my hair because my hair is thin. So if you have thicker hair, it'll probably work better. And I think if I wanted to do this style with these types of clips, I would need a much smaller clip. But you'll get the idea. This is just really to show you the ideas, because literally it's going to depend on what look you want to go with and your hair and texture, because mine is going to be completely different than yours, but it just gives you an idea of other styles. And then just take it and twist it, and then clip it. Now, and I know they make smaller, teenier types of clips than these. Okay, I just have brown and black that I use for root clipping, but I know they make light colors and they make like rainbow colors. You can use them, and then you could do more of these around your head and go out for the day. Now, you don't have to do anything with the back of your hair, but if you want, you can just take a scrunchie and just do a ponytail and have a ponytail. And then if you wanted to do dragon braids or bubble braids, where's my scrunchie? It's hard to do this on your own hair because I can't see from the back of my head, but I'm doing the best I can. So you could do, let me space it up just a little bit, just to kind of give you an idea. This is what's called a bubble braid, and you can pull it out like this. And do a bubble braid. I'll turn around so you can see the back of my head. So you could do a bubble braid. Now bubble braids will work with long hair, and I think it works better if you have those goody regular rubber bands. I don't have them, so I'm not using them, but this is just an idea that you can do. So you can clip it back just like this. You can add, and it doesn't even have to be scrunchies. If you don't have scrunchies, you can do rubber bands, whatever works. Just make sure that when you wear any of these summer hairstyles, they're appropriate if you go to work. So depending on where you work, like if you work in an office setting, they may not be too keen about a ton of colorful clips in your hair. Bubble braids you can probably get away with, but you just want to make sure that you're not giving anyone to call HR and you complain that your hair is a problem, okay? Because sometimes that does happen. I'm going to pop all this out. Just going to slide them out. Okay. Again, these are not perfect. I don't have water. I'm not doing water. I'm not doing products. You don't have to do water products. But if you feel like your hair needs to be styled with water, go for it. You feel like you need product, go for it. This is just to give you an idea of what you can do for your hair that can work during summer. Now, let me grab my comb. I know my hair looks a little crazy right now. And then the last option of what you can do. Now, if you know how to and you want to do it, or you have someone to do it, if you want to do French braid or Dutch braid, go ahead. You could do 1 French braid or 2 French braids or 2 Dutch braids that work best for your hair. Go right ahead. I know my hair's a little on the crazy side today. I'm not really worried about it because we're not going anywhere except for the gym, and they don't care at the gym what your hair looks like. All right, so the last one I'm gonna show you is the 90s bump, okay? This is something that we did in the 90s and the early 2000s. You take a section of hair in the front, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and use my rat tail comb for this, okay? You're just gonna grab a section of hair in the front. I don't even grab the sides. We're not gonna grab the sides, okay? I'm going to back tease. So here is my rat tail comb. It's not metal, unfortunately, and I should probably get one, but that's not on the priority right now. I'm gonna back comb and then comb the front, because you want a bump, okay? You want a nice smooth bump like that, okay? You want bobby pins. You're gonna hold it down, so my hand is holding it. The other hand, you are actually going to bobby pin your hair flat in place. It usually takes a couple of these for me to do it, and you want to cross the bobby pins and kind of make like an X pattern so it holds the hair. Basically, when you lift your hand off your head, you want to make sure your hair is not flying out, okay? This is not the most perfect 90s bump. This will give you an idea. I'm just gonna add one more bobby pin in here. Okay. I'm gonna turn around. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see the bobby pins because they're brown and my hair's got brown and blonde in it, but I'll point out. So right here, hopefully you can see it, is where the bobby pins are. So this is the 90s bump. So you can actually just do the 90s bump, okay? If you don't want it to go anywhere, spray it with some hairspray. And then if you don't want it necessarily to hang, because I have wavy hair and I don't have any gel or any mousse in my hair. I did a wash the other day and I used Bumble Surf Sea Spray. So that's all I have, and I'm not adding product until my wash day tomorrow. But if I decided that my hair looked a little cray-cray or I wanted more waves, all I have to do is do a refresh. I would just add some more water. I could go in with gel or I can go in with mousse and just go ahead and scrunch the waves back in and then dry it and go. If you have curly hair, you may want to wet it and you may want to add some product in. You can do a leave-in, you can do a gel, you can do a mousse, and then you can either brush or you can finger coil. As a wavy, I will tell you it's going to be easier to get your waves to curl up if you scrunch your hair than if you brush it, okay? Because wavy has that S-shaped pattern. Some of them are gonna be tighter, some of them are gonna be a lot looser. So when you brush it, it's not always gonna be the way you want. You're gonna brush it and then you can do the shake and drop method, or you can brush and then scrunch. So wavies, you're gonna wanna scrunch. Curlies, you're not gonna really wanna scrunch. You'll probably just wanna brush and get your curls to form. And then I would go ahead and do some more product, which I'm not gonna do today, and then bump it up. And then I would have more volume in my hair and it wouldn't just hang like this, but I'm not adding that product. So that's a 90s bump. It's not exactly perfect, but the point is you wanna have like this bump at the top of your head to place your bangs or your long hair out of your face, and then you want the sides to go down. Now, if you want, you could actually take a small scrunchie if you want, and you could actually, if you wanted to add a pony at the bottom, you could. So I'll just turn around so you can see the back. So there's the pony. And then if you have long hair like me, you could actually do bubble braids and just do a couple more scrunchies or rubber bands and then pull it out and then do that in the back. If you don't want to do that, you could always just take a small scrunchie and you can do a, if you wanted to, you could do a low bun at the bottom. Totally up to you. If you wanted to do two low ponies, and they don't have to be super tight, you just have to get it to twist. Okay. I mean, I'm just showing you different ways that you can do your hair in the summer if you don't want to do your hair. Meaning, I don't want product, I'm going to the beach, I'm going to the pool, I'm going out to eat, and I'm just not in the mood to style my hair because there's too much humidity in the air, but I still want to look cute and fun for the summer, and then I will deal with my hair on a wash day. Totally great options. Totally great options. I'm just gonna do a little twist. So you can do that, and then you can pull it tighter if you want. You can leave it back. I mean, you can even, if you wanted to, try to cross them and tuck them in and make it look like one pony. It's just totally up to you. You can braid your hair. So if you didn't want to do a pony hair and you just want to do a braid, let's see if I can do a quick little side braid with my crazy hair today. Just do a little braid. I don't braid very often anymore because it's a little hard to braid my own hair on the side. And I'm braiding it dry. So if you wanted to like wet braid your hair, you totally could do that. So I'm just gonna do one side so you'll get an idea of what you can do for the summer. Like I said, these are great easy styles that you can just throw on into your hair if you're going out for the day and you're like, I just don't feel like dressing up, I don't feel like dealing with my hair, it's too humid, I'm going to the pool, I want my hair out of the face so I can work on my tan. Totally get it. All right, so here's a braid, nothing's fancy, and then, well, I'm not gonna tie it off. I will clip it off for just a minute just so you can kind of get the idea. You get the idea. If you can't imagine a braid here, then we got problems. So you can braid it here. This is just kind of like a little loose braid that I did. I didn't braid it all the way down, and again, I don't have any rubber bands, but you can braid both sides of your hair if you want, and then just bump it up. It's totally up to you. I mean, this is like, take what I'm sharing with you and decide what you want to do with your hair that works for your hair texture and your density, because some of you are going to have a lot longer hair than me, and some of these are going to be great styles for you, and then others are going to have a lot shorter style. You might not be able to do like a long side pony or a long braid if your hair is to your shoulders, for instance. If your hair is a lot curlier, it may not work. So these are just some options for what you have available to do. So just find the style that works best for your hair. It's totally up to you. Like, I'm not gonna jump in out of the video and come to your house and get mad at you for creating a style that doesn't look exactly like mine. It's just, this is more for you to be inspired, as like, oh, I didn't know I could wear the 90s bump. Sure, why not? Who says you can't wear the 90s bump? And then rock a good pair of cute earrings, or a pair of big hoops, even a color pair of hoops. That would look totally hot with your suit, and then your sarong if you're going to like the beach or the pool, or you're going to like a pool party at night, and you may want to go swimming, but you may not, sure. But you know, don't want to put a lot of product in your hair, because I'm telling you, if you live in like the Midwest or the South right now, the humidity is like, you can't breathe, and the last thing you want to do is deal with your hair or have it fall flat in the humidity. So that's why I've given you some options. Then again, and then remember, my hair length and texture and pattern is different than yours. So you just have to figure out what works for you and what makes you happy. So hopefully those summer hairstyle tips, you can try one or as many out and see which ones become your favorite this summer. Hope that helped.